Awesome.
Oh, in Portland?
Yes, the 12 would not change due to any of the changes on the 94.
So it could make the 12 less crowded to choose than
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
That would be very nice. Yes.
Yes, it would be. Because 12 does get very crowded. We're standing room all the way up. Trust me, I've been on 12 during midday, and it's standing room almost all the way to downtown.
Yeah. Yes.
Well, I have a good question, actually. You're going to add 94 local buses south of Tiger during rush hours. Is that the plan? Because I thought I read that.
We're going to be adding local between Sherwood and Tigard
Right.
during the rush hours.
Okay.
Yes.
I'm just thinking, if you're going to do that, you could kind of get away with having the 94 stop in Tiger like they made it do. I don't know if that's been considered or not.
I'm not following you. The 94 would, the 94s that go into Portland would go on Main Street, and the local, if you will,
Okay.
that travels between Sherwood and Tigard Transit Center would go into the transit center.
Okay, I'm just saying it seems they could bypass Main Street if they've got.
Someone else suggested that.
Okay.
But it's, it's for connections to like the 76,
Yeah.
78, the 12, the west, that you can't get up on
Yeah.
the highway.
See, ideally, they would put the transit center under the freeway, and you have stops, not on the freeway, but on the highway, and have stops on the highway. You'd walk down, and
Work on that for us.
I know it's too late, but
Two things. For those people who get on the 94 rush hour over at Tiger Transit Center, or by the Tiger Transit Center, the closest to it, there is absolutely nothing to protect them from the elements. There's no shelter, and it's a busy stop. I always go one stop upstream from that.
Oh,
Because I get the shelter. But we need to get some shelters in there.
Well, I think Main Street in Tigard is going to be having a facelift, and that's going to be a really good time to be thinking about that.
As soon as possible. It doesn't matter if they're doing the facelift or not. Go ahead and put one in.
I think they're doing whole new streets. Yeah. Yes.
If someone's taking notes, the suggestion I put in was for them to go straight on 4th Avenue and make a stop at Hall in 4th Avenue where the 44 and some of the other ones do, then make a left on Harrison. Now, I know Harrison is a dangerous turn street right now. There's been some pedestrian issues there. It's a tough left turn for the buses. But you did that when the mall was under reconstruction, or at least some of that. So the simple solution was not to make a left and parallel 405, but actually keep going on 4th and stop where the other buses stop in 4th and Hall. So anyway, that's on the record for some emails previously. So.
Yeah.
Food for thought.
I was going to, just to comment to that, one of the things though is that they determined that we're not allowed to do Fourth anymore. So that's why the buses go down to Mill now. So I won't hit a stop on Harrison even if I did that.
Okay.
I end up all the way down to Mill because that's why the 12 and the 44 have to do that because we were told we aren't allowed to make the turn on Harrison.
It's too short of a distance.
Too short of a distance
to get over anyway.
That's correct. Yeah. So.
Which is true.
read.
Unfortunately, Mill's not much better with the parking.
It's further away from Hall, and it allows the operator to change lanes.
Yeah, I get that. I was just saying that the actual turn is much better. Is much better on the Mill than it is
the turn is
from
not
Harrison.
The turn is not any
Yeah.
different.
Of course, that's all down.
The major issue
Re-
how far really our stop would be from the core of Smith, and so staying as close as possible to Broadway. So this is really the ideal situation for those of us who are going to school.
Related to that, it looks like they're putting the bus stop, I think it's on Hall at Fifth. You know anything about that? If they're going to reroute them instead of Mill, I think it's on Hall and Myth. It's Hall and Fifth.
On Fifth,
Yeah, it's on Hall.
it's on Hall.
Yeah, it looks like, I don't know if this is true, like maybe they're going to solve that fourth and whatever problem by having a stop over there. I don't.
That might be part of the PMLR
Okay.
project, because that will change the bus stops.
Okay.
Bus stops downtown.
I mean, that would solve the left turn problem.
Yeah, I think that's part of PMLR.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm sorry, thank you. Portland Milwaukee Light Rail, when the rail goes down to Milwaukee, we'll have buses doing different things coming into downtown, and so different stop placements as well. Yes.
Going through the situation with the transit mall realignment, stop supposed to be 1294 mall where their buses had a stop and they would look down Montgomery, which is now the back stop. When the back stop was introduced, Trimet removed a place for buses to stop on 6, so the 12 and 44 had to continue stopping on 4th Avenue. That introduced a safety conflict. Buses having to turn left to get up to 6 and then turn right. And I work in that area, and the PSU area is a heavily pedestrian-congested area. So frequently I see, especially at Harrison, buses are required to stop and wait there for heavy pedestrian traffic, and then they have no choice but making an illegal right turn on red. They have no choice, because if they sit and make a legal turn, they will back cars up 3 blocks, and I've seen that happen.
I don't understand why it's illegal.
Because it's an illegal turn, you cannot turn right onto the mall against a red light because you have the max lane there. So all the traffic lights have a no turn on red sign.
Now, one of the things that we try to do is get people as close as possible to where their destination is, and a lot of PSU students use that stop. We would have the same issue if we stopped on Hall or Mill as
But
well.
Originally, the buses made the left turn before 405, where there was not a whole lot of pedestrian
6, and
traffic.
then go up to 6.
Go up to 6, and they came straight in, so there's no pedestrian conflict, and they made the stop on 6, where the max station is now. And because Trimet made a design flaw with the transit mall by making Max give basically all the curb access without a safe bus stop, buses had to go all the way to Market, and as a result, the 12 and 44 have to make that stop on 4th, introducing a safety conflict in 2 different places. The solution would be to rebuild that bus stop on 6, put a stop there, reroute the Max tracks into the center lane so there's a safe place, and that would create a much safer environment as well as improve timekeeping.
Weekend?
Weekend. So, our changes to the weekend are a lot less, much minimal. But what Bruce has done really is to make the 12 and the 94 connect much better. What happened before is the 12, the 94, we had one option. One option was put as many trips in as you can so that you can transfer to whatever is at the Tiger Transit Center. So that was the option that we chose. But what we heard when we came out here earlier in the year was, wow, my connection is really bad. And so the draft schedule that Bruce has done has one fewer trip on the 94, but it has really good connections with a particular 12. Now let me say, just like what we have now, not every 94 matches up with every 12. You do have to kind of time that, but the transfer between the two is very good. It's about 10 minutes in either 9 to 10 minutes in either direction. Because one of the things I heard is, oh my gosh, if I miss that bus, I'm going to be here for an hour. Well, we really don't want that either. And so I think that the transfer connection on weekends is going to be much better.
I was going to add one more thing to that, because one of the bigger problems on the weekend and even on weekdays is transfers after the PM peak, because right now we only have one physical 94 bus after about 7:30 on the road. so it's subject to however long it takes to go back and forth each time, and that makes it, and that's one of the reasons why you have that long wait, especially in the evening. And we are going to change that, so I won't have just one bus. I'll have 2 buses a lot later on both weekdays and Saturdays, so I can time them better with the 12. And so the transfers, after about 8 o'clock at night till 11 o'clock at night will probably mostly be about 6 minutes.
Oh,
It'll be
wow.
timed with the 12s, every 12 after about 8 o'clock. So that'll make those a little bit cleaner. And it's mostly because I'll be using 2 buses to cover the service on the 94 part. And it does add several trips.
Just to go along with that, are you also considering the 76 and 78 as well as the 12 and 94? Because that's one of the issues I've been raising. I raised 2 months ago. I raised at the testimonies. It's not, for me, it's not only just between 12 and 94. It's coming between Bearden and Tiger on the 76 or 78.
One of the problems with timing everything is that unfortunately the 12 and the 76, 78 don't run at the same frequency.
Right.
The 76, 78 runs 17 minutes, the 12 runs 20 minutes. And so the fact that those 2 aren't the same makes it so I can't time the 94 with both of them at the same time. I have to pick one or the other. And I did it with the 12, but again, the one thing that when we had the hour service on the 94, that was where it was the worst. And the fact that we won't have that anymore, it'll be better than that. That'll help the transfer with the 76, 78 just because the bus will be running more often.
Okay, so you are actually, that's one of the other things that I raised was the frequency on the evenings and weekends, and you're actually doing something about that.
Correct.
Yes.
I came in late. Last Saturday, or maybe 2 weeks ago, when it was pretty warm, and I take the 94 to get back home because I don't drive long. My husband doesn't, drive. We waited a long time, and I had milk and eggs and perishables in my little shop cart, and it was warm. What is the schedule now for the 94? Because I came in late and I didn't.
Yeah. Tell me again, is this weekdays that you're talking about?
Saturdays. Saturdays are really bad.
Okay.
My husband and I do driving boat practice, and then after we come home, we hurry, get a quick bite, and run to the store.
Right. So you were one of the folks that came to the last meeting, and we heard you. And what I was saying is that we're not adding a lot of extra service on weekends, but what we are doing is connecting the 12 and the 94 much better. Like Bruce just said, after 7, it's about every 6 minutes. It's a 6-minute connection. During the middle of the day, it's 9 to 10 minutes. So we believe that the connection is going to work much better.
But that's during the week.
No,
that's
weekends.
the Saturday, Sunday
That's
schedule.
weekends.
So there's about a 16-minute, 15-minute differential. I mean, I'm coming from...
No, it should be between 9 and 10 minutes during the middle of the day. A little later, it's about every 6 to 7 minutes. It's not every 6 to 7 minutes. Your transfer should be about 6 to 7 minutes in Tigard.
Because we end up going from Walnut to Safeways, which is on Royalty Parkway, and then back again. And we try and get the bus coming out if we can make it within that hour for all of our grocery shopping.
Yeah, we absolutely heard that last time, and Bruce has done a really good job trying to make those connections.
So are you
much
transferring in Tigard, or are you just getting on the bus and
Getting on at Walnut and getting off at Royalty Parkway, running across the street as fast as we can go with our little cart, doing all of our grocery shopping, and then coming back out and waiting right there by the tire store, whatever it is. I think it's
Royalton Parkway stops on the other way.
I don't know
for
that
the 94.
I don't know that the new schedule that I have will change that time because one of the problems I have with the 94 is I don't have a place to lay over in Sherwood, so the buses make a straight turnaround in Sherwood. So if you were to get on at Walnut and get off somewhere on the route, and the bus will continue out to Sherwood and come back,
That means we have a long
the
wait.
time that it comes back will be about the same.
So it would be the same time. And so what are you going to do for people that have food in the middle of the summer when it's hot. That can go bad if 94 doesn't run quicker.
So you take the 94 just all south of Tiger?
Well, no, to go to the store or go to my daughter's house, I take 94 that way. To go into Portland, I miss 94 all the time. I can outwalk the bus, and I'll take 12. I try catching 94, and then catching 12. 94 gets into the transit station just during the week, just before as 12 is leaving the morning. You can't catch 12 once it gets going. So, because my husband goes down 5 days a week to do drag ball races. I go down 3 days a week, and to try and catch the 94 and then the 12, there's no way you can catch the 12. So I just walk to the transit station and jump on the bus. Walk around.
But that's a different issue than the going the other way.
Well, I'm concerned about
Because
once
you might-
it gets hot.
Because the one thing that you might have missed at the beginning is that when they were changing on weekdays is the 90. We're going to have buses on the 94 that are going to just go all the way into Portland and won't transfer at all. And so that may fix your problem going the other way in the middle of the day. But it's not on the weekend, it's only on weekdays.
Now, the weekend my husband, like I said, he does drag boats 5 days a week, and he doesn't get home until after 9. And without a bus go that way, it doesn't take a long time. We are messed up.
Well, those evening ones, it will be more often running than it is now, but right at 12 o'clock noon,
No,
It won't be the same.
probably around 2 or 3 o'clock.
but 2 to 3 in the afternoon, the frequency on the weekend will be about the same as what it is
Right
currently.
now.
But
That doesn't help out for people that have groceries. So you might think about that because if my food spoils, I'm going to come back to Trimet and be mad.
So, we have that written down, and feel free to, go to the public hearing as well, if you'd like to have your testimony become part of the public record.
Yeah, there's nobody in there, so go, if you wanted to do it, go. Nobody in there.
Could it be possible to get the new buses is put on 94? Because yesterday someone built into the 94 that has messed up the entire 94 during the midday. Then one of the 94s did break down today. So we kind of have to we waited all along to get the new buses out here for the 94 too.
Yeah, and I cannot promise that. I can take that back. We are getting a lot of new buses, but I cannot promise you that they'll be out here, the newest ones. But as time goes on, we're going to have a newer and newer fleet, and so hopefully that will help your problem as well.
Well, they don't have to be brand new buses, but not the 1700 buses that is at the 94 on now.
And again, I just can't promise you that. I'll take it back and say,
Because yesterday and today 94s were standing room only. It's like that.
yeah. Well,
Way before the crisis, we're talking about McDonald Street. It's a standing room only. The last 2 days because of the bus issue. And someone real ended it, then it broke down today.
with this proposal, it does add more service too, and that should help hopefully with the lanes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, this is more case. I have be downtown Saturdays and Sundays, 9 a.m. in the morning. The current schedule in order for me to get downtown in time, it says I've got to leave at 6:38 in the morning from Langer, the 16400 block of Langer. 6:38 in the morning, I get Tiger Transit, I have a half-hour layover, I catch 12, and it gets me 8:30. And so basically, I lose a half hour at Tiger Transit, I lose a half hour. I need to be there at 9, I don't need to be there at 8:30, I need to be there at 9. So transfer time, for transit time, we're talking about 2 hours. Will I be getting a better, closer map?
The simple, the easy answer to the question would be yes, if I get this new schedule on the weekends. I'm not sure exactly when I changed it, but at least about the first 5 or 6 trips on the 94 on the weekend will be like on weekdays where they're the same physical bus. So it'll just go into Tiger and it'll change to the 12 number and continue to Portland. I think it's the first 5, but after that, the first one that doesn't have a transfer, I think only had about a 7-minute connection to the 12, and then after that, it went to like 8 or 9 minutes after that. But there was none that arrived at Tiger that had 30 minutes before the next 12. So I believe that it will be better for you on the. If I do this kind of the opposite in the morning, I try to time them with the 12 so I can in the evening. I also try to do it in the morning, but also had several of the first quite a few buses, the same physical bus.
Just a quick comment on perishables. I've been on the articulated bus when the temperature was 107 degrees, and there was no windows that opened worth a darn, so it was 120 on the bus. Okay, the 94 buses have, I would call it, minimal air conditioning. So the other buses, the 12s, I mean, that's really a Cadillac bus for temperature, so that's a good thing. So I encourage you to upgrade if possible. The other thing that's really got me puzzled is that on a cold day, you'll be there with multiple layers, okay, on the bus. The bus driver's got shorts and a short sleeve shirt, running the heat full speed.
And he's right next to the door.
And we're dying. I mean, the temperature's 80 degrees, and we've got 3 or 4 layers of coat on us.
And we're wet.
Yeah. And so so I don't know how you can hint to the drivers to be aware that their passengers dress for the outside, and the temperature on the bus could be 65 or 70, and we'd be happy instead of 90.
I wish I could just help you out with that. But it's Bruce used to drive a bus, so I think it's hard.
But I was going to say, yeah, because I always have to go to people would tell me, it's freezing in here, but the reason I kept it freezing is because people were dressed outdoors.
Well, as long as you can't see your
get in there and go to the car.
as long as you can't see your breath, it's probably warm enough.
If anybody has signed up to speak at the public hearing part of this, they're sort of available. You signed up or you want to speak, you can go in there and it should take 3 minutes. We give public comment. I just wanted to mention that.
Okay. Notice on the sheets it just says you're adding stuff and making it better. But is there any place we can go to look at the actual times? Like a
We
preview
don't
schedule?
have a schedule. We have a draft schedule right now. We don't have a schedule that we are publishing right now. What I can tell you is kind of what I don't know if you heard me at the beginning, but all the way from Sherwood into downtown between the start of the morning rush hour until the end of the PM rush hour. Additionally, we're adding service during the rush hours between Sherwood and Tiger TC.
Just to give you a better idea on that, basically the frequency comes out to about 45 minutes before the bus is going from Sherwood to Portland. So after the AM rush, there'll be a bus every 45 minutes that will go downtown, and then there'll be another bus between those that goes just to Tiger. And so between the two, you'll have 2 buses every 45 minutes. doesn't come out to exactly halfway because of my label problem in Sherwood, but it'll be as close as I can get it to halfway between them. So that's what the frequency is going to be. The rush hour frequency will remain the same. This alternating 7 to 8 minutes going outbound and inbound down to about 7 minutes for sure, but it's getting better after it's out of the trains.
Could you explain why you have a layover problem? That's one question, and then I kind of had another.
Okay, my layover problem came when the city of Sherwood decided to redo their downtown and make it thing. I used to lay over right in downtown Sherwood on Railroad, Main Street, and when they redid the downtown area, we lost that location, so I don't have a place to park the bus. And so we did for a while when the 12 was still running, we did this AM, PM layover thing out on Langer Drive by the Sherry's. The problem was that people that were going the opposite way than whatever the time of day it was, would have to sit through the layover at Langer before they could finish their trip. And because we still don't have anything better than that, I made it so that since the bus is only coming from Tiger generally, I don't mind having buses going out there, turning around and coming right back because it's not as long of a trip.
So you need a designated place to park in Sherwood.
In Sherwood would help it. I mean, I'm trying to work around that a little bit with my evening schedule so I can time it better with the 12 by having the bus get to Sherwood and deadhead to another location where it can park it and deadhead back. That adds a little bit of time to my schedule, but at least it makes it so I can time it with the 12.
Are you saying it's because of the construction going on right
No,
now?
it has nothing to do with construction. This happened before that construction even started. It was actually happened in 2008, I think, and it was basically in downtown Sherwood. They decided to redo all the sidewalks and the businesses and the bus zone that we had vanished in construction. That's when we moved around the drive for the 12. But again, we always had that layover. In the morning we'd lay over before we went to Sherwood, in the afternoon we'd lay over a thing, but then we always had the issue of people having to sit on the bus through the layover of the bus. And
It's always nice to have the layover at the
very end of the route.
so people don't have to wait.
So they don't have to
But
sit
it's not an issue now since you're transferring in Tigard anyway, so it's not.
But hopefully I'll make the transfer a little better, so it won't be as long of a waiting time.
And then why is there such delay in reinstituting service?
These changes that we're talking about, it takes us quite a long time to make these changes. So we have to have schedules done by the end of, really, within the next few weeks. And then that's how long it takes for all the processes to go through. Printing up the schedule, having the operator sign which run they want to do. We have a 4-month lead time on that. Yeah.
I mean,
Especially when there's so many people that are really interested.
I mean, one of the biggest things is when you write a schedule, the next thing you have to do is figure out how you're going to get a bus to cover that schedule and how to get an operator able to drive that bus. And so we create the schedule first, and then we need quite a bit of time to try to assemble all that work into something that will, create, shifts for operators. And that's what part of that time is. And then once we get all that done, and then we're publishing at the same time, but it takes about 4 months to get all that from the time that we finish the schedules to the time we put on the street. That's a good day. We usually try to work about 6 months in advance, but to give us a little bit of money. But it is a long process, unfortunately.
And hard to understand, I think, too. Yes?
Some consideration is the interlining the 12 through downtown and splitting Barber and Sandy on the separate routes.
So, like we mentioned, the first time that we came out this year was had a huge budget shortfall. And what happens when you split the route downtown? You still have the Sandy coming through downtown, and you have the barber coming through downtown. And so you're spending a lot of time overlapping in downtown. That's one reason. So that costs quite a bit of money. We don't really have a place to lay over the bus downtown, or there's many buses downtown. There's just a lot of reasons, but really it's very inefficient. It costs us quite a bit of money to do that.
So the issue is that a lot of the timekeeping issues occurs on the north end. So the Sandy bus is late with the 12 is late, and then that affects the transfer, if you transfer from 94 to 76 or whatever. And it was, for a long time, it was a daily occurrence that the 12 would be 15 to 20 minutes late coming into Tiger. The other thing is the time from Portland to Tiger, King City, even Sherwood, is about an hour. So you still have a layover opportunity in King City or Tiger, have a bus run from there to downtown, wait for you to come back within a 2-hour period. There's no need for a layover in downtown.
So we are happy to answer any questions, but don't feel like you need to stay. The hearing is there if anybody would like to testify, but we're happy to answer questions till 8 o'clock if you want. Yes.
This is kind of getting into a different topic a little bit, but has there been any consideration of having the what's now in 94 a loop through Sherwood down? I think it's Sunset Boulevard or whatever, and coming up 99W.
Yeah, we try to keep the 94 as streamlined as possible, so we're not really thinking at this time of making it kind of local through Sherwood.
Okay, I mean, because you could maybe, well, is there still going to be some 94s that, I mean, at least during rush hour, it seems there'd be 94s that are going to end there. So,
Yeah, there's a lot of 94.
yeah, you could maybe do that without affecting the inbound service, if you will, the northbound.
Again, that's a service addition.
Okay.
That we're trying to kind of work on this corridor right now.
Okay.
Yeah. We'd love to answer this.
Yeah, I guess it would take extra time, but you've got the buses there.
I do appreciate you all coming. I hope we can answer your questions and that this helps us get closer to what you were looking for when we talked